What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe and I'm quite sure you guys all know the Contax T3 or other premium compact film cameras, but they all cost you a fortune. I've got a quite unknown alternative for you, the Rollei AFM35, and today we're taking a look at it. Before we dive into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss any future videos. But now let's jump right into it. First of all, let me throw some specs your way. The AFM35 features an S-Apogon 38mm lens with an aperture of 2.6 and a max shutter speed of 1/1000. It also comes with a bulb mode, but we will touch on that a little bit later. For those of you familiar with premium compact film cameras, you might be thinking,
wait a minute!
And yes, you are definitely right. The Rollei AFM35 is essentially the original Fujifilm class. It was manufactured by Fujifilm and sold by Rollei. The only noticeable difference between those two are the lens coating and a few cosmetic details. Some argue that the Rollei is a little bit rarer. So if you are intrigued by what you see and you want to buy it, you might also want to check out the Fujifilm class. But enough of boring specs, let's take a closer look at the camera itself. On the top there is a display showing the frame count and various settings that you can adjust using the buttons located below. We will delve into those settings in just a moment. Next to the display you will find the shutter button and the power dial allowing you to turn the camera on. Here you can switch between the fully automatic program mode and the aperture priority mode. In aperture priority mode you get to choose the aperture while letting the camera decide the shutter speed. Moving to the front we have the lens and noticeably another dial enabling you to switch between autofocus and manual focus modes. Now let's shift our attention to the back, where we will find the viewfinder and a set of additional buttons that I will explain shortly. Also there is a small window displaying the film canister loaded into the camera. Turning our attention to the bottom, you will discover the battery door housing the CR2 battery that powers the AFM35, along with a convenient tripod mount. Now let's explore the functions you can adjust with these buttons. Starting with the left button, a single press activates the self timer. Additionally, one of my favorite features involves pressing the left button twice. By holding it down and simultaneously pressing the right button, you can set a specific shutter speed. Choices range from 1 to 60 seconds. This is particularly handy for mounting the camera on the tripod and capturing nighttime scenes. Keep in mind though that manual metering and selecting the appropriate aperture are definitely necessary for optimal results. Moving on to the middle button, it provides access to both auto exposure bracketing and exposure compensation modes. The right button allows you to choose from various flash modes, including red eye reduction and fill flash. Moreover, it offers a backlight compensation mode, overexposing your image by 2 stops while turning the flash off. This proves useful when photographing subjects against the sun. Now let's shift our focus to the back of the camera. The 2 buttons here enable you to imprint the date and time on your pictures and make adjustments to these settings. Being an older camera, it only goes up to the year 2040, so you've got a good few years before reaching any limitations. The button next to these allow you to roll back your film if you're halfway through it. So I think we've covered enough specs and technical details. I bet you are eager to see what this little beast can do. As I showcase some example shots, I share what I love and I admire about it, along with a few points that aren't my favorite. Firstly, I'm impressed how capable this camera is despite its compact size. The lens is exceptionally sharp and I appreciate the variety of shooting styles it offers. Whether you prefer a fully automatic with autofocus or want to dive into aperture priority mode with manual focusing, it caters to both beginner film photographers and those who want a versatile everyday carry-around camera. The 38mm focal length is a standout feature for me. It's incredibly versatile, making it perfect for travel or landscape photography, as well as portraits and street photos. It's a fantastic all-rounder I've personally used on trips to Vietnam, bikepacking adventures through Sweden, and as a daily carry-around camera. And I'm delighted with the majority of the shots I've captured. However, even though I adore this camera, there are a couple of points that don't quite hit the mark for me. Firstly, the autofocus. It's alright, but it's not the best I've ever seen on an analog camera. For instance, I once took a static shot of my buddy by a lake in Hanoi on a sunny day, and it missed the focus even though he was stationary and centered in the frame. Consequently, I often opted for manual focus, or when using autofocus, I took a couple of extra shots to ensure the focus was spot on. Secondly, it's a bit frustrating that the camera resets settings like the exposure compensation, bulb mode or flash every time you power it off. Lastly, the price might be a deal breaker for some. Currently you can find good copies on eBay for around 500 to 800 euros. This might seem a little bit steep, especially when you're starting out with 35mm photography. But I mean, the Contax goes up to 1,000, 1,500 bucks, so I guess it's quite cheap if you compare it to the Contax T3. So all in all, I can definitely recommend the Rollei AFM35, respectively the Fujifilm class. But that's enough for this review. If you got any questions, feel free to ask down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And I see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.